I've always believed that life is not something to be endured. It is something to be designed. Most people stumble through their days, reacting to circumstances, following routines, and accepting whatever comes their way. But the truth is, you and I have been given a greater power than we often realize. We have been given the ability to design our own future, to shape the direction of our lives, to decide what kind of story we want to write. Now, I know that sounds simple, and yet it is one of the hardest things most people ever attempt. Because designing your life requires that you stop drifting and start deciding. It requires that you lift your eyes from the daily grind and dare to ask, what do I really want? Who do I really want to become? And then, this is the crucial part. You must take deliberate steps, day by day, to make that vision real. I remember when I first began to realize this principle. I was young, broke, and convinced that life was happening to me. I had excuses, of course. My family didn't have money. The economy was rough. I told myself stories about why I couldn't get ahead. But one day I looked in the mirror and realized the only thing standing between me and the life I wanted was the person staring back at me. That realization was both painful and liberating. Painful, because it meant I could no longer blame others. Liberating, because it meant the pen was in my hand. And if the pen is in your hand, you can begin to write a new chapter. Designing your life begins with imagination. You must be able to see beyond today's bills, beyond your current circumstances, beyond the habits that have kept you stuck. You must begin to imagine a richer, fuller, freer life. What would it look like if you lived intentionally? What would it feel like to wake up with clarity and purpose every single day? But imagination alone is not enough. If imagination is the blueprint, discipline is the builder. Too many people dream of a better life, but they never back that dream with habits. They let the day slip away in distractions. They consume more than they create. They react instead of lead. And then they wonder why their lives look the same year after year. Discipline, my friend, is the bridge between what you see and what you live. It is the practice of showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's the habit of reading when others are scrolling, of saving when others are spending, of exercising when others are sleeping. Discipline transforms imagination into reality. Now let me share something that changed me forever. You don't get paid for time. You get paid for the value you bring to time. That was a shock when I first heard it. I thought if I worked 8 hours, I'd be rewarded just because I showed up. But life doesn't pay you for hours. It pays you for value. And value comes from personal growth. So ask yourself, how can I make myself more valuable? Not just to my boss or to my clients, but to the marketplace, to my family, to myself? The answer is simple, but demanding. You grow yourself. You study. You learn. You invest in your mind. You develop new skills. Because as you grow, everything around you grows with you. If you design your life with growth as the foundation, you will never lack opportunity. People will notice. The marketplace will notice. And more importantly, you will notice the change in how you see yourself. Confidence comes not from wishing things were easier, but from realizing that you have become better. Let me give you an example. Imagine 2 men start in the same job, same pay, same position. The first man does only what is required. He shows up, does his work, goes home, and waits for a raise. The second man does something different. He reads books on leadership, he studies communication, he takes an online course, he practices discipline with his money. At first, it looks like they're on the same level, but 5 years down the road, the second man has tripled his income, gained influence, and is living with options. Why? Because he designed his life instead of letting it design him. The truth is, you don't have to change your whole life overnight. In fact, you can't. But you can begin today with small, deliberate choices. Read 10 pages of a good book. Write down a goal. Practice gratitude. Save $5. Exercise for 15 minutes. These small disciplines, compounded over time, create massive change. Here's another principle. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day, while failure is simply a few errors in judgment repeated every day. That's the difference. The question is not whether life is hard. The question is whether you are willing to practice the disciplines that make life meaningful. You see, designing your life means you stop living by accident and start living by design. It means you stop drifting with the tide and start steering the ship. And though the storms will still come, the man or woman who has a clear design will not be easily shaken. So let me ask you, what do you want your life to look like 5 years from now? 10 years from now? Do you want to arrive there by chance or by choice? Because either way, you will arrive. The only question is whether you will like the destination. Earlier, I asked you to imagine what your life could look like if you lived by design instead of by default. Let's go deeper. Designing your life begins with clarity. Clarity is the starting point of all success. If you don't know where you're going, how will you ever know if you've arrived? Too many people have vague desires. I want to be happy. I want to be successful. But what does that mean? If you can't define it, you can't design it. So I encourage you, sit down with a pen and paper. Write out what you want your life to look like. Be specific. Where do you want to live? How do you want to spend your mornings? What kind of work do you want to do? How much income do you want to earn? What kind of relationships do you want to cultivate? Don't be afraid to be bold, because the clearer the picture, the easier it is to build. Now, once you have clarity, the next step is responsibility. Responsibility is the price of freedom. It is the moment you stop blaming circumstances, governments, your boss, or even your upbringing. It is the decision to say, if it's going to happen, it's up to me. That's when you truly take the wheel of your life. I learned this the hard way. For years, I made excuses. I pointed fingers. But excuses are the nails that build a house of failure. When I finally dropped them, I discovered something incredible. Life was ready to change the moment I was ready to take responsibility. But responsibility alone is not enough. You must also add vision and discipline. Vision gives you direction. Discipline keeps you on the path. Without vision, you'll drift. Without discipline, you'll quit. With both, you become unstoppable. Let me share a metaphor. Imagine your life as a garden. If you plant nothing, weeds will grow. If you plant carelessly, weeds will still grow. But if you intentionally plant seeds of health, wealth, wisdom, and character, and then water them daily with action, the harvest is guaranteed. Life works the same way. Neglect brings weeds. Discipline brings abundance. And here's something to remember. Your environment matters. If you spend your time around people who complain, criticize, and drift, you'll catch their habits. If you surround yourself with people who dream, act, and grow, you'll catch their fire. Choose carefully. Your environment is either designing you or helping you design your life. Let's talk about wealth for a moment. Wealth is not an accident. It's a result of design. Too many people think if they just work hard, they'll get ahead. But hard work alone is not enough. You must work hard on the right things. You must work hard on yourself. Rarely exceeds personal development. If you want more, you must become more. And let me add this. Designing your life isn't only about money. It's about fulfillment. It's about designing a life of health, of strong relationships, of contribution. Imagine the joy of not only having wealth, but having the health to enjoy it, the relationships to share it with, and the legacy to leave behind. That is true success. Now, let me give you a practical framework. Write down your goals daily. Not once a year, not once a month. Daily. It keeps your mind fixed on the design. Review your progress weekly. Adjust where needed. Don't drift. Correct your course. Adopt a learning habit. Read, listen, study. Even 30 minutes a day compounds. Practice gratitude. Gratitude turns what you have into enough and creates the mindset for more. Invest in your health. Without energy, even the richest life becomes poor. Invest in relationships. People matter. Build them intentionally. If you do these things daily, you won't just live life. You will design it. Now let me ask you again. 5 years from now, do you want to be the same person you are today with the same worries, the same frustrations, the same regrets? Or do you want to be stronger, wiser, freer? That decision is in your hands today. Remember this, you cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. And if you change direction, the destination will eventually change. That is the power of design. So here is your challenge. Stop drifting, start designing, take the pen back into your hand, write the story you want to live. Make the choices today that your future self will thank you for. Because if you don't design your life, someone else will design it for you, and you may not like what they choose. Let's finish with this thought. Life is not a rehearsal. This is it. One life, one chance. Don't waste it drifting. Design it, live it, love it. Let's finish with this thought. Life is not a rehearsal. This is it. One life, one chance. Don't waste it drifting. Design it, live it, love it. Now let's talk about what that really means to design your life. Most people go through their days reacting instead of creating. They wake up and let the day tell them what to do. The phone rings. Someone else's emergency becomes their priority. And before they know it, the day is gone. And then the week is gone. And then 10 years. Don't let that happen to you. Take hold of the steering wheel. Design your days the way an architect designs a building, with vision, with care, and with purpose. Think of your life as a house. Each room represents a part of who you are, your health, your relationships, your career, your spirit. Now here's the question. Are those rooms being built by design or by accident? Are you adding beauty, order, and function? Or are you letting the dust pile up? You see, the difference between existence and excellence is design. Design means intention. It means you sit down with a blank sheet of paper and you say, what do I want this area of my life to look like? And then you start drawing. You make plans, you set goals, you add details. Because if you don't design your own life, someone else will design it for you. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. So take charge. Get serious about the picture in your mind. Because your mind is the drafting room of your future. Whatever you draw in there through thought, discipline, and decision will eventually appear in your reality. Let's talk about discipline. Discipline is the bridge between thought and accomplishment. It's the daily practice of doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Discipline is what turns an idea into reality. Without it, even the best design stays on paper. A successful life is not built overnight. It's built brick by brick, habit by habit, choice by choice. You don't have to do everything today. You just have to do something today that moves you forward. Because design without action is just imagination. Now life has seasons and every season serves a purpose. Jim Rohn used to say, learn how to handle the winters, take advantage of the spring, protect your crops in the summer, and reap in the fall. Winter is when things are tough, but that's when you grow roots. Spring is when opportunities arrive, that's when you plant. Summer brings challenges, that's when you protect what you've built. And fall, that's the harvest. That's when the results of your design appear. So don't curse the seasons. Learn from them. Each one has something to teach you about design. Discipline in winter, vision in spring, responsibility in summer, gratitude in fall. If you can master those four, you can master life. Now let's talk about philosophy, because philosophy is the foundation of design. Your philosophy is what you know and how you think about what you know. It's your personal collection of ideas, that guide every decision. If your philosophy is weak, your design will be weak. But if your philosophy is strong, built on truth, integrity, and service, then your design will stand the test of time. And here's the best part. You can change your philosophy anytime you want. Maybe you grew up with beliefs that don't serve you anymore. That's okay. Just don't stay there. Pick up a new idea, a better one. Read, listen, study, think. Replace an old thought that limits you with a new one that empowers you. That's what personal development is. It's redesigning your inner architecture so your outer world can improve. Remember, success is something you attract by the person you become. If you want more, you have to become more. If you want things to change, you have to change. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems. Wish for more wisdom. Don't wish for less challenge. Wish for more skill. Those are the words that change the direction of a life. And when you understand that, you stop blaming circumstances and start building character. Because character is the real foundation of design. A life built on comfort alone will crumble, but a life built on character will endure every storm. Now let's talk about legacy, because every well-designed life leaves one. You're not just designing for yourself, you're designing for everyone your life touches, your children, your friends, your community. When you discipline yourself, others are inspired to do the same. When you improve, others believe they can too. That's the magic of example. You teach more by what you become than by what you say. So make it your goal to design a life so strong, so kind, so full of purpose that it becomes a message long after you're gone. That's real success, living in such a way that your story keeps teaching even when you're no longer here to tell it. And don't ever underestimate the ripple effect of one disciplined life. One act of courage can inspire 1,000. One dream pursued with passion can open doors for generations to come. When you design your life, you're also designing the future. So take the time, sit down with yourself, ask the big questions. What do I really want? Who do I really want to be? What am I willing to do to get there? Write it down. Don't trust your memory, trust your pen. Because something powerful happens when you put your goals on paper. You move them from imagination to commitment, from someday to today. The universe responds to clarity. The moment you decide, everything around you begins to shift to make room for that decision. It's almost as if life says, finally, they know where they're going. Let's help them get there. Now, one final reminder before we close. You can't hire someone else to do your push-ups for you. You can learn from others, be inspired by others, follow their maps, but you must walk your own path. No one can eat healthy for you. No one can study for you. No one can build your habits for you. That's your work. That's your design. So take responsibility for every part of it, the wins and the losses. Because once you own it all, you control it all. And then every day becomes a blank canvas again. Another chance to design, another chance to grow. So take today, just today, and begin. Draw the first line of the life you truly want. Don't rush, don't drift. Take your time. Design it with care. Live it with discipline, and love it with everything you've got. Because that's what life rewards. The deliberate, the thoughtful, the committed. And someday, when you look back, you'll smile. Because you'll know you didn't just live. You designed. Now, before we close for real, let's take a deeper look at what it means to live a life of design. Design doesn't mean perfection, it means direction. It means that every day you wake up with a sense of purpose, a reason to get better, a reason to keep moving. Most people spend their lives waiting for the right time. But here's the truth. There is no right time. There's only time and what you do with it. Don't just count the days. Make the days count. Time is the great equalizer. The same 24 hours that build a fortune can also build regret. The same hour that plants a seed of success can also feed procrastination. The question is, what are you doing with your hours? Be careful how you spend them. Don't trade your time for trivial things. Don't waste your life scrolling, complaining, or waiting for permission. Designers don't wait, they create. Every day is a new opportunity to lay another brick in the house of your future. Some days you'll be tired. Some days you'll be excited. Some days will test your patience. But every day counts toward the structure you're building. If you treat each day as a masterpiece, your life becomes a masterpiece. If you treat each day as a throwaway, your life becomes a pile of scraps. And here's another key: balance. Balance doesn't mean doing everything at once. It means doing the right things at the right time. Work hard on your job, yes, but work harder on yourself. Because if you grow, everything else grows with you. The greatest investment you'll ever make is not in the market, it's in your own development. When you improve your skills, your character, your philosophy, you automatically raise your value in every area of life. And as you grow, your vision expands. You stop chasing small things and start reaching for the meaningful. You stop asking, what can I get? And start asking, what can I give? That's the ultimate shift. That's when life begins to feel full, not because you have more, but because you are more. So take time to think. Don't be afraid of silence. Spend a few minutes each day reviewing your plan, your progress, your purpose. Ask yourself, is this still the life I want to design? If not, redesign it. The beauty of life is that you can start again at any moment. All you need is the courage to stop drifting and the honesty to admit what you really want. Remember, your life is like a sculpture. The shape it takes depends on what you chip away and what you choose to keep. Every decision is a stroke of the chisel. Every thought adds or removes something from the design. So be deliberate. Build something you'll be proud to look at. Don't just live for comfort. Live for contribution. Don't just exist, express. Don't just react, create. Because in the end, success is not measured by what you have, but by who you became in the process. One day, when the noise fades and you sit quietly with yourself, you will realize that every moment of discipline, every challenge you faced, every goal you designed, it all led here, to peace, to purpose, to a life you can truly call your own. And that, my friends, is what it means to design your life. Before we close, let me remind you of one last truth about design. It's never finished. A well-designed life is not a monument you build once. It's a garden you tend every day. There will always be weeds, distractions, doubts, detours. But that's part of the work. That's what keeps you sharp. The designer's job is not to make life easy, but to make it meaningful. So review your design often. Adjust it when needed. If something no longer fits the person you are becoming, let it go. Make room for growth. Don't be afraid to change direction, as long as you keep moving with purpose. Because the same wind blows on us all. It's the set of the sail that makes the difference. Take care of your health. That's the foundation of all design. Take care of your mind. That's where your blueprints are drawn. And take care of your spirit. That's the fire that keeps the design alive. Be the kind of person who wakes up with gratitude and goes to bed with peace. The kind of person who adds value wherever they go. The kind of person who looks at life and says, I built this on purpose. That's a life worth living. Not one of chance, but one of choice. Not one of reaction, but of creation. So as you walk out into tomorrow, remember, don't just drift with the current. Steer. Don't just survive. Shape. Don't just go through life. Grow through life.